Hello, today I want to talk about hosting. I'm going to be talking about just hosting in general for people a few hours for a dinner or something. And then I also want to go over hosting overnight and a little bit longer term. So let's get started with just for a few hours, kind of a guest in the guest bathroom. All right, so I am in my hallway, so that is why the lighting is really weird and I'm sure it's kind of echoey. But I want to go ahead and show you the guest bathroom and kind of give you some ideas and things you can do to have a well-stocked and ready to go guest bathroom that has kind of thought of anything that could happen, or at least anything that I could think that could happen. I'm sure there's something I'm missing. And if I am, please be sure to leave a comment down below. And while we're on that, leave a comment on this video. I would really appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let's get going. All right, so here we have the guest bathroom. And I actually have some liquid soap and a bar soap. I like to have both in here. It's just kind of the way I am. And then I always have a hand towel. You could do paper towels. I know some people really like that because it's a little bit more sanitary, but I like having hand towels because it's more cost effective and it just seems to work better for us. Now, this is just what it looks like normally, but if I have company coming, I have extra towels down in here, and looks like my Christmas ones are all in the wash, but I have some Christmas ones and they're smaller than this. So all of my seasonal little finger towels are in the wash right now, so I can't show you any of them, but I just have little finger towels that are smaller than these, and I like to place would be a better word, one here, and I fold it nicely and pretty, and so then they have one up here and a finger towel here, and then I usually have this well stocked with more, so that if for some reason one of the towels does not seem clean or ready to go, there is another one out and ready. All right, now in the bottom drawer here, I like to keep some female products. I like to keep some sacks. You never know when someone might need a Walmart sack for accidents or diapers. You know, I have a lot of people over that have little children that are in diapers still or potty training, and it's just nice to have Walmart sacks in the drawer and ready to go in case of accidents and anything else that could come about. It also is nice in case the trash can is needing a sack. There's some in there that you can always throw in real quick. So yes, I like to make sure there's some Walmart sacks in that drawer. All right, now under the sink, I have some cleaning supplies. I like to always have some disinfectant wipes for a quick and easy cleanup. I have some bar soap just in case. And then I actually have just a tub and a paper towels. Again, just in case there are things that can come in handy in the bathroom, and it's nice to have them in here and ready to go. And then last but not least, you always want to make sure that you are well stocked with toilet paper. You might want to put some extras down underneath the sink, or if you have a toilet paper holder, make sure it is full of toilet paper. Ours is not right now, it's just about to go get them, but I'll go ahead and show it to you. So this is what ours looks like, and I don't like to keep a lot of toilet paper in there when it's just me and the kids. If I have extra toilet paper in there, somehow it goes missing or gets used for other things. So I tend to just keep the one roll in here when it is just our family. But if I know I have company coming over, I like to go ahead and put at least 2 rolls in that holder, just so that it's there and there's not any awkward running out of toilet paper and wondering what they should do. All right, now for your overnight guests, you can go a little bit bigger, and I'm going to kind of do a more practical hosting and then a little bit more not as practical but fun ideas. So if you fill all of your rooms and all of your beds and you don't have a guest bedroom, this first part will be for you. And then the second part will be if you have somewhere that you can put a guest bedroom or have their own separate space, because there's a lot more you can do and it's a little bit more fun. But most of us have homes that we fill. Like we have a 3-bedroom home actually. So between the 6 of us, all of our bedrooms are always full. But there are some things that I can do when I have company. One thing I like to do is I will take one of my children's room and kind of turn it into the guest bedroom. It's really easy for me to take, especially my girls, the two girls, out of their room, and I put them in my room with me. I have a couch that they can sleep on, which just makes it real easy. And then that way there's one room I can kind of designate as the guest bedroom when people are here. Now, obviously, if you have guests coming, you're going to want to make sure there are clean sheets on the bed. So I always do that first. And then I like to do a little bit special touches. Since my guest bedroom is my girls' room, if I can, I like to maybe put in one of my more grown-up looking blankets or something to make it look a little more guest ready and not so much little kid. Now you can only work with what you have. Don't go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff. But like I have a few throw blankets that still look nice in the room, but I don't normally keep in there for the girls, but I'll put them in there when I have guests because it looks a little bit nicer and a little more ready for guests. I also like to have a pillow in there for the guests, and then I also like to pull out a towel for each guest. And then if you want to be really fancy, you could even make sure you have a little like care package that has maybe the shampoo or conditioner or soap they like to use. You could include a toothbrush or some toothpaste, little travel sized. This is obviously not necessary, and depending on how often your guests come or who's coming, they probably have all that themselves. But if you know this could be useful if they're flying, you could be like, hey, I'll have what you need here, don't worry about it. And again, this is completely up to you and kind of your budget, because this also can cost a bit more. So that it's kind of in the middle. It falls a little bit more in the not as practical category. But it is fun to do if you can. So that is just a simple preparing for that. And then too, for the girls, obviously I'll clean up their room. I like to put up toys that I don't want messed with. If they have something that I know is easily broken or something that's extra special to them, I kind of go through their room and we'll pack up and move out as much as we can. And I like to put it up in their closet in a tub and make the room as guest ready as possible without obviously completely redoing the room. You also can give up your master. That one is usually really easy to turn into a guest bedroom because your master doesn't have the toys and everything. This works for me sometimes, but a lot of times it does not, because if I do the master, there's nowhere then for me and my husband to go, and we end up in all weird random spots. But if my husband happens to be out of town and I'm hosting, this actually ends up being a very nice option for me, and it works well in that instance. Now, if you do not even have a kid's bed or bedroom that you can use to host, that is okay. You can still make an air mattress or even your couch cozy and welcoming for guests. So find a spot that you could put an air mattress, or if you have a couch, you can do the couch. But go ahead and put sheets on either one of those. And again, adding a cozy blanket, maybe a little care package of some type, pulling out the towel and a washcloth, and just having like a little kind of display there that is obviously for your guests, will make whatever area that you have cozy and welcoming for your guests. Even if it is just an air mattress over in the corner of your living room, you can still make it seem welcoming and like you prepared and you are ready for your guest. It's the thought that counts, and the showing of, look, I have prepared an area for you that makes people feel welcome, and they're more likely to, know you actually want them to stay and they don't feel like in the way. So now let's talk a little bit about if you have some extra space or an extra room, or just more expensive fun things you can do. Obviously, if you have a designated guest bedroom, you can go all out decorating this room and preparing this room for the guests that you know will be coming. That is something, actually, let me backtrack a little. Think of the guests you have coming, think of their needs, and think about how can I meet the needs that they may have. And that'll kind of help you in the right direction. You can't always meet all of their needs, but that does help you have an idea of which direction you should be heading. All right, so if you have a designated guest bedroom, I think it is super nice if you can actually keep that as just a guest bedroom. Don't have it full of your stuff. Like, don't have the closet full of just who knows what. And it's not a storage room. Keep it as a guest bedroom if you can, obviously. And in the closet, I would like to go all hotel out. If I had my dream guest bedroom, I would have a closet and I would like to keep some slippers and a robe in there for my guests. And this is something that I probably would replace with each guest and tell them that the slippers, at least, maybe not the robe, but the slippers they're welcome to take home with them, because people have different sized feet and different needs there, and different seasons might require different slippers. So you could have slippers in there that are tailored to the guests that you have coming. I'd like to have a robe or two in the closet, have a few extra hangers prepared and ready for them to hang up any clothes that they may have. It would be nice to have a dresser in this bedroom, because they might want to use a dresser. It doesn't need to be big, but something like that. And then I would think about what type of guests you have on a regular basis to decide what type of bed you should put in this room. If you have more single people or children or younger people coming more often, I would probably do maybe 2 twins in the guest bedroom. But if you usually have a couple that comes regularly, doing a queen or a king may be a better option. A nice thing about doing twins is you can make some twin beds into a king bed. So it kind of gives you some options to do either twin or king depending on who is coming, and you can kind of go back and forth. I also think having a nightstand or a desk, some type of a little table in the room for them to place some things on, like for charging their phone, anything like that. Having a lamp and maybe a chair would be really nice to have in the room. These are all things that they could utilize. I would also, if you really want to go over the top, maybe even have a few different chargers for different types of cell phones, unless you know exactly what kind of charger they use. Having a few chargers maybe in the little desk or nightstand or whatever it is you have in there ready to go, so that if they forget theirs, there's one there for them. You could also have a few books that you think they may enjoy, kind of tailor their book choices to them. And this is actually something you can do even if you don't have a designated guest bedroom. This is something you could kind of do in that care package. Even if you have just an air mattress on the floor, you could pull a few books from your library if you have some that you think they may like, if you know they like to read, and put them there for them to use. Set them out somewhere easy for them to get to, and be like, hey, in case you're interested, I have some books here that I thought you might enjoy reading. So kind of pull things together, no matter what space you have that you think your guests could use. And you really could take a little bit of any of this and make it work for your space. These are just my kind of like ideal thoughts. All right, so back to the designated guest room and like dream setup here. On the bed, I would like to have obviously some pretty throws, and if finances allow and you think the people would like it, I think it would be really nice to have a throw and care package there that's all there for them to take with them. So maybe buy a specific throw that you think they would really like. It's nice to have a little gift for them. This is obviously one of those more not as practical. We can't all afford to buy a throw for every guest we ever have, but if you could, it would be super fun. And I just think it'd be a cozy, welcoming way to say hello, and then, let them take it with them. So on the bed, I would like to have, the throw and the books already mentioned, and then that care package. And the care package, like with toiletries, if you have a designated guest bathroom, you could put it in there. You can put it in the guest room, maybe in a pretty little basket. Anything like that. In this care package, you also can go above and beyond, and instead of just having the essentials, you could add things like a razor or some maybe Tylenol or Motrin if they tend to if they have headaches, and they might use that. Think through the person coming and think, what are some things they like to have? If there's a certain type of vitamin maybe they like, you could maybe have that on hand. If they are a family with maybe a young kid, have some things that the young child would like. You could even do some snacks that you maybe know they would like. Have maybe some water bottles or snacks that they enjoy, so that they don't feel like they have to bother you to find these things. You could also do this in your kitchen. Have a little station kind of set out. And for breakfast, this is something anyone could do. You could have kind of a little breakfast tray that you set out so that, say they get up before you or after you and you have to leave or who knows what, but there is kind of an area already placed out with breakfast options for them and they can feel free to help themselves. I kind of like to think, if I'm at a hotel, what are some of the things that I really like and I find convenient? And then if I can do that in my own home for my guests, I try and do that for them. That's just kind of my springboard, and then you can have fun with it from there. I hope you guys found some tips and ideas from this video. And again, like I said, please leave comments down below. I would love to know what kind of things you do to help your guests feel more welcomed. And let me know maybe if there was an idea here that you really liked that you hadn't thought of before that you plan to use. Have fun with your guests and good holidays, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.